It's kind of like the movies Deadpool and Black Swan had a baby, and that movie baby grew up watching only figure skating. That's right, today we're going to be talking about the 2017 biopic, I, Tonya. This movie is written by Steven Rogers and directed by Craig Gillespie. It's rated R for pervasive language, some violence, and some nudity and sexual content. So when it comes to weaknesses, this movie really doesn't have any. It's not a perfect movie. There are definitely some categories that receive lower scores than others on my grid. And, when I get into the nitty-gritty review, I'll definitely point out some of the things that I felt could have been stronger or some things that just weren't as good as it could have been. But as far as brief spoiler-free review, there's really, there's not a single category that I can point to and say, this category is the weakest. Pretty much everything got A's throughout the grid. So I really can't just pick one and say this is the weakness. So even though there are weaknesses throughout the movie, I'm kind of going to just skip over it for this review, just because the weaknesses are a little bit more general rather than like a whole category. So that said, the strengths were also very hard to pin down as far as what I wanted to talk about in this brief review. But what I will say is I think the two strongest points in this very strong movie overall is going to come in the writing and the acting. So I thought the script in I, Tonya did a really good job of taking this event in history and this figure from, American culture and giving us a different perspective of events. So I'm not going to say too much about the script just because I want to avoid all spoilers. Obviously, this is a biopic. Everybody kind of knows how the story goes, but because it plays around with perspective so much, there are some, twists and turns and just interesting aspects to the script that, aside from what I just said, I don't really want to say too much about, just because it's really, it's just a very fresh and interesting script that just gets you thinking about point of view and perspective. And it also does a really good job of not vilifying or hero worshipping Tonya Harding, which is good. So it just does a really good job of telling her story in a unique way. So in that regard, the writing was really, really strong and just solid. It was a solid script. And the acting throughout was also phenomenal, particularly when it comes to Margot Robbie as Tonya Harding and Allison Janey as her mother, Levana. And Robbie's performance really does a great job of humanizing this character and getting us to empathize with her without going too overboard or trying to turn her into the hero of a story. It's just a great humanizing performance and very just well done. And Allison Janey definitely deserves all of the awards and nominations and praise she's been getting. She's just incredible, and her facial expressions throughout, I mean, she can say more in a reaction shot than a lot of actors can say with a full page of dialogue. So I really don't want to say too much more about I, Tonya, and I don't want to spoil anything or change anyone's expectations of the movie. I think the trailers do a really good job of showing what you're getting into. So if you like the look of the trailer, you like the feel of the trailer, you should go see it. You'll probably love this movie like I did. If you watch the trailer and it just doesn't interest you at all, maybe skip it. It definitely has a little bit more of a quirkiness to it that maybe isn't, up everybody's alley. But I really liked it. I thought it was visually stunning. The script, like I mentioned, was really solid. The performances throughout, the acting is amazing. It's definitely deserves the nominations it's been getting, and I hope it takes home some awards in the Academy Awards later this year, because it's just a really good movie, and I think it's going to go down as a cult classic. I really do. It's just one of those movies. Hey, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you liked what you saw, don't forget to subscribe to Griddy Films on YouTube by pressing this button. Also, like and share this video. You can follow Griddy Films on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for new video announcements, entertainment news, fun pics, and more. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.